can see in here all right. I've got a couple of lights to try and brighten things up a bit. But you'll see I've got another little box here that's arrived, and this contains a 7-inch display, which I intend to mount probably somewhere about here. I've also ordered a fiberglass replica of the dash pad that goes across there. Unfortunately, it hasn't arrived yet, so I've got to get that and just see exactly where it fits before I make up something. I want to make up a little metal fascia, a little metal housing somewhere there that I'll be able to probably just bolt in place there. Just got to make sure I leave room for I think that's for the heater controls. And yeah, so you know, when I bought it, after I got it, I thought, oh, maybe I should have got a 9-inch, but look, it's only a small car and I think that'll be fine. I really just want a radio and a GPS. That's about as much technology as I really want. I mean, it'd be good if I can have it so, you know, I can run my phone and stuff through it to answer the phone and stuff as well. So, like I said, I'm not going to be doing headbanging music like I would have once in my younger days. The other thing why I got it, I thought it'll be good to hook up these. I've got these 200 watt 4-inch Pioneer speakers, which I've made mounting holes for in the back shelf where that previous owner had just butchered the back shelf there, cut a couple of big holes in it. So I just want to make sure that they are going to be sufficient. I think they will be, and then if so, I'll get another 2 to go up the front here. And I think what I'll do, over in the front of the door, there's a hole up high there. Now I think that'll be okay because you've got the quarter glass that sits in there that doesn't slide up and down. But if worst case, you know, if there isn't a lot of room once I put that all back together, I can probably just make myself a little housing to mount that out so it sticks out a little bit, and I think that'll be good. And then obviously when I get around to doing the door cards, I can just make the door cards to sort of go around it or enclose it somehow. So that's what we're going to do. Unfortunately, when I got here, I thought I had a lot more automotive, you know, electrical wiring and stuff laying around here, but I've found a bit that I think I'll have enough to be able to get this thing hooked up and see how it works. I've got a battery over there charging up at the moment, so I might just come back when I see if I can actually get this thing hooked up and working. Okay, well, I managed to plug this in and turn it on. So I go to radio. So there's the radio, we've got volume.
Which is a really amazing ministry that is part of our church. I mean, there must be so many emotions involved.
It's all a little bit tinny sounding at the moment, but obviously because there's nothing in the car. But I think that those speakers will be quite sufficient for what an old guy like me needs. Let's just... That's FM 104.5. I thought it would be much stronger than that. But obviously the aerial's not set in, but...
And mentoring for families, helping people to get skills and resumes.
But anyway, that's all working. So back to the main screen. So we can have USB music back home. Okay, so maybe it's got a GPS speedo because it's 0 mile per hour. Google. Okay. Okay, well anyway, it works. I think the music sounds fine. That's all I really wanted to know about for today. And you know, obviously I've got wires hanging everywhere. So, okay, update to the last video. Basically, the replica fiberglass dash pad has arrived. So I'm now able to set that in place like so. This is the binnacle, I think they call it, that goes in here for all the gauges. That will sit up into there. I had that sitting on there a minute ago, but of course now I've got the camera on, it doesn't want to play the game. But that will sit up in there like so. So anyway, that now gives me a bit of a position for where I'm going to sit this. So I think that'll sit right there quite nicely. So I think if I make that sit up about there, leaving plenty of room to get at the heater controls and what have you that'll be sitting there. I still don't know if I'm going to use the factory controls or whether I'll have some other arrangement. I do want to put air conditioning in the car, so it'll probably have one of those units that sits in the centre here somewhere. So I might have to sort of redesign things and, you know, make myself up a nice centre console. But anyway, that's all way in the future. Yeah, but yeah, I'll make something up so that can sit like so. So that's one of my many jobs. Well, I'm not sure how clearly this is showing down in the boot here. I've got the light on, but where the blue paint is in sections, I've put the paint stripper on and you can see it's just going to flake off, no problem at all. Just back to bare metal. On the bottom, I don't know whether it's got more black paint or whether it's like a tar or something, but it's just scraping off. So I'm hoping that perhaps I'm going to just be able to wheel this out and give it a good blast with the pressure blaster, because it's all just coming off nice and easily. Oh, there's a bit there where it's not got through the blue paint, it's taken all the black stuff off. Maybe I'll try and scrape as much of this black stuff and scoop it into the bin and then give it all a blast. So I'll keep going with that and come back. I've got a second coat on just some areas in the boot here. I'm actually thinking that this may have had a new boot floor welded in, and it had around the weld, around the edge there, a very thick layer of like a tar to sort of conceal the weld. So I'm just in the process of just trying to get that off, and then I'll just give it a good clean and probably a wire wheel and we'll come back. Well, this is looking a lot better. Just a little bit of that black along the front there and a little bit down in the back. So I'll just keep going with that and I'm sure I can get all that out. It's looking good. Okay, so this is the box of goodies. So what we have in here is the base for the aluminium fuel injection petrol tank, which goes in the boot. Now I've got to be careful, there's a few screws in here that are laying loose. I don't want to lose them, obviously they're part of it somewhere. So I needed to get this, basically, I want to weld it into the boot. And so there it is. And so that obviously, that sits in there. And there's the straps to hold it down. So anyway, it looks like just a matter of sorting that out and positioning that, and we're in business. So I'll just give you a little bit of a closer look at that. There it is. Slow and steady progress. Most of the boot stripped out now, looking a whole lot better. So this is the nose cone. Now this nose cone didn't actually come with the car, but I tell you what, you could almost wonder whether it actually was with the same car sometime in its history, because it's got the same horrible black paint on it. So what I'm going to do at the moment is I'm going to just put a bit of paint stripper on just a small section and see how it goes. See that the paint comes off without damaging the actual nose cone. Apparently, from what I've read, then these rubber nose cones are a little bit different to the plastics and stuff on the more modern vehicles, and I've read that it's more of a rubber than a plastic compared with the new ones. So the other thing, it's actually splitting quite badly around here with where the bumper bar sort of attaches. Seems to be pretty common in a lot of the ones you see for sale and stuff. So what I'm thinking I might do is try and make up some sort of a bracket. Actually, I would like to make up a stand to put it on, that sort of holds it in its position while it's not on the car. But I don't know, there's so many things that I want to do, I don't know where I'm going to get the time. But yeah, I definitely want to make some sort of a bracket to try and hold it together so that it's not going to continue to get worse until I look at getting it repaired, I guess, and getting it on the car. I mean, I've actually got a second nose cone that did come with the car. It's a white one, and it's very straight, but it's missing this piece in the middle. In the grille has been cut out of it, and the lower section is missing. And I have thought about actually trying to have a go at making up out of sheet metal my own lower section to go with that one, but again, it comes down to time. So I don't know. But anyway, I'm going to look at paint stripping this for the time being, and we'll see what happens there. Well, I'm making some progress. I've taken the black off, which revealed the green. I took the green, which revealed some grey, and then under the grey is the orange. And over this side, I've actually noticed, if you see, there's actually a little bit of red in a few spots there. So I don't know whether there's some red under there, but I'll just keep going. I don't know when I'm going to get to the bottom of it, but I'll keep going. Okay, well, I'm going to bring this video to a close right here. As you see, I've been, the last bit of the video, I was working on stripping the nose cone. I found it a bit tougher going than what I was expecting, and I haven't finished it. And basically, I was blasting this as a bit of a sideline while I was paint stripping this as a bit of a sideline while I was stripping other things and doing other things, and not expecting it to be such a drama. So I'm going to come back to that. I've got a heap of stuff I've been working on for my next video, which I think you'll find very interesting, working on the rotisserie and working on getting the car, being able to tip it up on its end, on its side, and so I can get in underneath it. And the other thing, I bought a new Karcher because the Karcher pressure washer that I was using, that you saw me using on this, died, and so I went and bought a new one, a more powerful one, and I bought a sandblasting, wet blasting attachment to go on it. Now you'll see I have got a video, a bit of a demo on that, and yeah, there'll be a lot of that included probably in my next, well, a bit of it included in my next video. I don't want to go doubling up stuff too much and boring everyone, but anyway, so yeah, we'll just bring it to a close, and I hope you've enjoyed this video, and if you do, like and subscribe, by all means, if you've got any comments or anything to add, feel free to make some comments, and yeah, we'll see you in the next video.